WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 11.
The suspect in the targeted shooting of Minnesota Democratic lawmakers and their spouses was in court this afternoon, and we found out exactly what authorities say he did and how he did it. It's our top story at 11. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. 57-year-old Lance Belter was found and taken into custody after a 2-day manhunt. He's now charged with killing Minnesota's former Speaker of the House, Melissa Hortman, and her husband, and wounding another legislator and his wife in separate attacks early Saturday. Jennifer Mayorli is here for you now with the shocking details that included Belter dressing up as a police officer in order to kill.
Vance Belter made an initial court appearance Monday, facing charges including murder in the shooting death of Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband in their suburban Minneapolis home. During the rampage early Saturday, authorities say Belter, disguised as a police officer, first drove up to State Senator John Hoffman's house, where he shot and wounded Hoffman and his wife.
Belter wore a black tactical vest and body armor. He carried a flashlight and a Beretta 9mm handgun. He also wore a hyper-realistic silicone mask.
Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph Thompson says security camera footage shows Belter knocking on the door and repeatedly shouting, "This is the police, open the door." But Hoffman realized Belter was not an officer.
When Senator Hoffman attempted to push Belter out and stop him from entering his home, Belter shot him repeatedly. Belter then shot Ms. Hoffman.
Prosecutors say Belter went to the homes of 2 more lawmakers on the night of the shootings. One was away on vacation, and the suspect left the other house after police approached him, believing he was an officer dispatched to the scene.
It is a frightening time we are living in. Political violence is prevalent, and the way we talk to and about each other has raised the temperature to unfathomable levels.
Police captured Belter Sunday after an intensive manhunt. Authorities say they recovered 5 additional firearms from the suspect's vehicle and a notebook with more than 45 lawmakers' names. Jennifer Mayorli, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Meanwhile, some Michigan elected officials are now on high alert after those attacks on 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses. Some say this violence is the result of America's unhealthy political climate that's now full of hate.
Full and violent rhetoric can make political violence that much more likely. Political violence and treating each other as less than human does nothing to resolve a conflict.
In the United States of America, we're going to disagree on issues. Let's make sure that we hash out those disagreements based on the persuasiveness of our arguments, not through any form of physical or political violence.
Be sure to stay with 6 News on air, online, and through our 6 News app as we continue to follow this developing story. A new poll shows most U.S. adults don't think the government is overspending on the programs Republicans in Congress have focused on cutting, like Medicaid and food stamps. The Associated Press Nork Center for Public Affairs research poll finds about half of U.S. adults say too little funding goes to Medicaid. Nearly half, 45%, say food and nutrition assistance programs like food stamps, SNAP, or EBT cards are underfunded. And about 3 in 10 U.S. adults in each case say those programs are receiving about the right amount of money. Foreign aid is one area with more general agreement that there is too much federal spending. Most U.S. adults, 56%, say the U.S. government is spending too much on assistance to other countries, which is down from 69% in an AP NORC poll from March 2023. In Potterville, a construction accident this afternoon at the high school gym sends 2 people to the hospital. It happened just after 2 o'clock when construction workers were placing steel decking on top of steel trusses over the gymnasium. Officials say about half a dozen trusses fell 40 feet and hit 2 men. Both workers were taken to a Lansing hospital. At last check, one is listed in critical condition, the other is listed in stable condition. Michigan OSHA officials are now leading the investigation, and they've stopped all work at the construction site until area is cleared by state officials. And a child is in a local hospital right now after being hit by a garbage truck today. The collision took place just before 2 this afternoon near North Grand River and Seeger Streets in Lansing. When officers arrived, they quickly blocked off the area, and the young boy who had been hit was rushed to the hospital. We learned shortly after the incident that the child is 5 years old and is listed in critical condition. Police have identified the driver of the truck and say he is cooperating with the investigation. We'll bring you more on this developing story as information becomes available. Consumer Reports just released its new recommendations for the best sunscreens to protect you and your family with. They partnered with a lab that specializes in testing sunscreen to determine which ones are most effective at blocking harmful rays. Topping the list of lotions, Coppertone Water Babies SPF 50. Consumer Reports Deputy Editor Brian Vines stopped by CBS Mornings to share the pics and tips for lathering up properly.
You should be putting a teaspoon onto every part of you. A teaspoon on your face, a teaspoon on each body part, but about a shot glass worth for your body if you're in bikini time.
Now, for those who prefer sunscreen in spray form, here are some recommendations from Consumer Reports on your screen right now.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We got our first taste of summer for the day today with heat and humidity, and we're going to continue to see that in the forecast for tomorrow and into the middle and end of the week, and even towards the weekend. Let's take a look at our Skyview Network Capital Cam time lapse starting at 7 o'clock this morning. We saw a little bit of some clouds, then some sunshine, very nice temperatures overall for the day today, and even some fair weather clouds popping up throughout the afternoon and evening as we saw some afternoon convection. Overall, very warm temperatures across the area today, 82 degrees into Lansing, 82 in Charlotte, 82 in Jackson, 81 degrees down into Hillsdale. Right now we're still seeing some very mild temperatures, and that's going to impact our day tomorrow as we're going to see very warm temperatures and a little bit more heat and humidity in the forecast as well. Right now we're seeing them into the 60s, 67 degrees in Lansing, 64 into Howell, and we're looking at 64 degrees even down into Jackson. I think they'll fall just a smidge more back down into the mid 60s, right around 66 degrees with partly cloudy skies and very light winds as we head into tonight. As we head into the day tomorrow, very warm start. Then we start to see those clouds increase. There is a chance for maybe a shower or a rumble of thunder as we head into the afternoon and evening. Temperatures once again into the upper 80s for the day tomorrow. As we head into tomorrow, yes, we do have the chance for a hit or miss shower, which is why we do have the chance for some severe weather, just that 0 out of 5 risk, and that just means some generic afternoon showers and thunderstorms, nothing too big or too severe to worry about for tomorrow. As we head into Wednesday, that's when our biggest threat moves into the area as we see the chance for some large hail, some gusty wind, and even some very heavy rain moving into the forecast. That's why we have this level 2 out of 5 risk for the day on Wednesday. Let's track that out for you for the next couple of hours and even into tomorrow and Wednesday. We start the day with those partly cloudy skies for Tuesday. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms do bubble up, and we do see the chance for maybe them lingering into some of Wednesday morning. Then a warm front moves in, and then eventually a cold front moves in as we head into Wednesday afternoon and evening. So right around 5:30 to 6 o'clock, that's when we have that chance for that round of severe weather with everything from gusty wind, hail, and even the chance for possibly even a tornado is possible throughout the afternoon. Our muggy meter is going to continue to see our dew points making their way into the upper 60s to possibly the 70s as we head into the weekend. That's going to add more heat and humidity into the air. Our 6-day forecast continues to see those temperatures into the 80s each and every day, increasing that heat and humidity, making us really feel like summer in the forecast. And for the 6+6 day, we see those temperatures into the upper 80s to 90s for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and possibly even into Tuesday. The lower 80s return to the forecast as we head into the middle of the week after next.
Well, coming up on 6 News at 11, we'll have the latest from Gaza, where arguments over how to get food into the region are leaving people to starve. Stay right there. 6 News at 11. We'll be right back.